welcome. We'll start shortly. Maybe in the next couple of minutes. Let's give it a couple of minutes. We'll start. We'll just provide information and then I'll take your questions. We will take as much questions as possible. Okay, guys, welcome. Okay, we're gonna be starting. I should be playing some music to entertain you guys, but we're streaming on Facebook, and we really don't want them censoring this broadcast later. And what happens is if we play music without copyright, they're going to censor it. So that's why I'm not playing music anymore once we started streaming. But anyway, whether you are a TIMFA alumni, you've had the TIMFA experience or not, I welcome you. This is a program of the Institute for Marriage and Family Affairs, TIMFA for short. So we are focused on helping counselors, coaches, mentors, therapists, whatever your vocation is, leaders, community leaders, church leaders, parochial leaders, whatever sphere of influence you have, our focus and commitment is to offer skills and information that will make you more effective. That's what we are focused on. I am solo here today. I'm not sure my wife is online. Let me see. I don't think she's online yet, but I would fly solo. A couple of our staffs are here. So let me go right at it. That way we don't spend too much time. Let me bring up my PowerPoint. At the end of it, I'm going to take your questions. We'll spend some time answering questions at the end of the presentation. So, as I said, this is the Essential Skills Certifications. This is AKA the Skilled Counselor Secret. This is what separates the boys from the men. This is what separates rookies, meaning newcomers from experienced counselors. Being able to be versatile, being able to at least, if nothing else, identify what the problem is. Whether you have the skills to handle it or not is a separate thing, but at least you know what it is. You know it's not stomach ache. You know this is headache. So if you're a headache doctor, you treat it. If you're not, at least you know that's not what you do. So you find a headache doctor. So that's what these courses offer us. So let's proceed. Again, my name is Dr. Vic. I do this with my wife, Reverend May Victor. We are the president and co-president of TIMFA. So we run TIMFA basically along with our staffs. Let me proceed. We have 8 essential skills certifications that we offer to date. That has been increasing. That has been every semester. Now here and now we add new courses. We started with 4 back in 2018. We started with 4, and that's because God told us to prepare people, to prepare special skills courses that is going to be needed. We had no idea what was going to happen in future. We started with the usual ones, grief and loss counseling, depression and anxiety, addiction, and then I think single families or single parents. Those were what we started with. Global crisis and community crisis. They respond to differences in what's going on. For instance, the COVID brought in a new dimension of stress and problems that people have. These courses are designed for crises such as the COVID crisis, where you have a lot of deaths, you have a lot of sickness, a lot of depression, a lot of anxiety. That's what this responds to. Our core interest is marriage and family. But we know that there are so many things that affect marriage and family, that affect couples and their children. And as long as those things are disturbing or are affecting couples, they are not going to do marriage right. That's why we offer these courses. If you minister or serve couples, you need these skills because these challenges are going to show up now and then. So what are the need? Preventive. If we know what to do, we'll be able to manage crises before they become crises. If we're able to identify the symptoms of depression or the symptoms of anxiety or the symptoms of suicide or the symptoms of whatever, if we know the signs and symptoms, we can nip it on the bud and not let it escalate or become fatal. So that's what this does. It gives you a bird's eye view of all kinds of skills and problems that people have. And then number 3 thing that it does, it helps us to focus on those special population, special people, I call them, who are often forgotten or often ignored because they are not in the mainstream of life. If you're a single mom, for instance, in a community or church, your voice is not heard. You're not the first person that everybody sees. When plans are made or policies are made,
unmute yourself, unmute yourself, unmute yourself, honey.
Honey, are you muting? Are you the one muting?
Yes, I'm muting. I'm watching that happen. So I'm watching it.
Hold on. Right. I need to get off of this. Sorry, guys. Because I think my volume is to the low. I'm not hearing you. Okay, go ahead. What did you say?
That's okay. Go ahead. I got you.
Okay. Okay, guys. Let's get back to my screen. We had someone last week start sharing our screen, so that's making me a little bit jumpy. But let's get back to the screen. Okay, good. Okay, so special population, who are those? These are domestic violence victims. These are families who have someone suffering from mental health or addiction. These things change the way we do marriage. These things change the way we relate as families. When we have mental health or addiction in the family, it sucks the energy off of everybody else. We have to respond to the crisis that an individual, a member of the family is dealing with. So that in turn affects us. So we need special skills to be cared for. We need someone that understands what we're going through. If we are a single parent, we are not two-parent family, which is the normal traditional thing that everybody knows. We need someone, and we also need special skill to know what single parents deal with. If you don't know what they go through, you're not going to be able to know how to help them. Someone says, if you want to know what's going on in a rabbit's den, rabbit, meaning the rodent, I don't know what you guys call it, but it's called rabbit. If you know what's going on in their den, you gotta go into their den, or you gotta ask Mr. Rabbit and say, hey, Mr. Rabbit, I wonder what you all do at night. When everybody is sleeping in their houses, what do you all do in your den? And Mr. Rabbit will say, well, we just chew whatever thing we have, we chew all night or we sleep all night. So we need special skills to be able to minister to Mr. Rabbit, because it's not like the other people. So these are special populations. Another example would be those who are grieving when a family goes through death. When someone dies in a family, it changes the dynamics. I had a client yesterday who had just lost an uncle, and he came with his mom. And usually in my office, I have these quotes that I write every day. And it happened, the mom walked in and read my saying of the day, or word of the day. And the minister spoke to her. He spoke to her need about that. And he was just talking about the things, whatever we love and care for remains with us. We don't lose it. So even if we lose the person, the memory stays with us. So it was very apt to her. And she was crying. I didn't know they lost someone, but both of them, my client and the mom, they were crying, and I was confused. And then they say, thank you. What you just wrote there is for us. So that's because I'm a grief and loss counselor. I know what is going on in the rabbit's den. And then finally, special skills for special cases. There are people who are normal. They are traditional families. Let me not use the word normal. Traditional families, but their case is different. Their case is just not the same that we encounter every day. It's husband and wife, but this husband and wife are unique for whatever reason. So that's what these 8 essential skills certifications give you. It gives you diverse skills. It gives you more, above every other thing, it gives you information. You know what they are going through. So what are those now? The 8 that we have. Number 1, grief and loss counseling. This is coming up on September 3rd, this coming Saturday. So if you are interested in grief and loss counseling, this is your opportunity. I have offered this course for the last 4 years, and every time we offer it, we add a new dimension to it. It's not the same as it was earlier this year. I add a new thing. Earlier this year, the focus was on childhood grief. What do we do with children? So this time around, I'm going to offer an additional workbook for those who sign up for this course. So if you get TIMFA's workbook plus the one that we are going to give, that forms your practice material. You don't need any other thing to do grief counseling after this course. The second one is managing depression and anxiety. COVID has made this course essential among the essentials. You know, there are essentials and there are essentials. This course is absolutely essential now. Why do I say this? Like the grief, and I see 2 G's there. It shouldn't be 2 G. There are grief, there are problems that people are going through. It has made anxiety, depression, and other mental illnesses to show up. A lot of people who had ways of managing it before are not able to manage it now because of additional stress. The demand for mental health therapists is off the roof. The demand for psychiatrists is off the roof. Why? Because people are going through stuff and people are needing help. So this is a course among our courses. So if you are thinking about taking this course, the grandmaster of these essential skills courses is the grief and loss counseling and the managing depression and anxiety. The course is offered by my wife. She prescribes medication. That's her job. She writes prescription for those who are dealing with mental health and mental disorders. So she knows what she's talking about. She offers this course. It's a 2 to 3 hours courses. You get materials too. So the next one is suicide prevention and care. When I came to the US, 30 years ago, suicide was a taboo. It was, you hardly hear about it. People, their stigma attached to it. It doesn't happen every time, but it's prevalent now globally. So we need to prepare for it. At least if we can catch them early, we can save them from pulling the final trigger. The next one is managing couples and family crisis. There are couples who are conflict prone. There are families, there are couples who adapt their marital dynamics through conflict. That's just how they roll. Those are fine. They roll and they roll in, they roll out. There are also couples who are self-destructive because of conflict. They are constantly arguing and they don't know how to get back together. There are conflicts that start from husband and wife, blows up to the family and holds everybody back. So this is the skills to manage it. The fifth one is addiction and family counseling. This is a preview to our 14-week course for the addiction and mental health counseling certification, which is really a bigger certification. But this gives you an idea so you understand what addiction does to families and what families do to their members that cause them to get into addiction or to become addicts. It's a dance that we need to understand. The family, the conflict, or things that are happening or happen in the family make people to become addicts, to run to alcohol as coping skill, and they ultimately become addicts, or run to drug as coping skills, and ultimately become addicts. And then finally, it's also the family that is going to help these people to come out of it. It's a delicate dance that we kind of dance and paint through this course so you understand it. And number 6, it's premarital and first 5 years of marriage. Of all the times and periods and seasons of marriage, and by the way, the global average for marriage is about 11, 12 years. It's not that long. A lot of marriages fail. That's what pulls it down. So for those who stay till 55, those who stay less than 1 year, they pull the statistics down. They mess it up for those who stay. But this first 5 years is the most volatile, the most vulnerable, the time to catch them. If we can catch them in the first 2 years, actually, we can save them for the rest. So very critical course, very critical information that we need. The things that happen in the first 5 years reverberates in the last years of the marriage. The scars or the accolades, the memories we build, those continues. It helps couples to survive or to self-destruct. Number 7, single counseling, single parents, blended families, and multi-families. So this is the new thing that we are adding to this course. It used to be just single parent and blended families. We are expanding that to even add a little bit of how to deal with polygamous families. This is coming up. We can't keep playing the ostrich and say it doesn't exist. It does exist. It does. It's in our midst. So we need to prepare. We are not the judge. We are not the jury. We're just the help. We are just the help. So we need to at least know what's going on in the polygamous family, know how to handle them, know the dynamics, what they are going through. So when it's presented to you, you're not a novice, you're not in shock. And finally, number 8, counseling domestic violence cases. Our protocol is not one-dimensional. We are not, our motto is not kill them, lock the door, lock them up, arrest them, imprison them, kill the perpetrator, or kill anybody. Our motto is, let's find out what's going on. They are both sick, the victim and the one who victimized. So they all need help. So we need to save life. We need to help them, give them skills, and hopefully it doesn't destroy, it's not the end of their marriage. Hopefully, if that's what they decide, that's up to them. But domestic violence shouldn't be the end of it. Both people are sick, what they need is help. And that's what this course offers, that we help them to get on their feet. Now, if you look through this thing and you're wondering, why should I take the essential skills courses? In other words, I'll give you 11 reasons to become essentially skilled. Those who are in Nigeria have an idea what I'm talking about. I'm talking about the obedience. So the essentially skilled courses, 11 reasons to enroll for this. One, you command professional respect. Command professional respect. Anytime you are a professional and your peers respect you, your peers refer their clients to you, your peers call you and say, hey, I have a domestic violence case. I know you've done this course. Can you tell me what to do? Where do I start? I don't know what to do. The story is horrible. So you command professional respect. And I can tell you this, when I practiced law, I happen to have had a background in real estate. So when I became a lawyer, other lawyers, when they have real estate cases, they call Victor, because I've gone through, I've worked through it as an agent, I became a broker doing it. So I know the ins and outs of transactional real estate. So they'll call me. So in that respect, I commanded respect. If they run into issues, they call me. So because they know my background. So this, you command respect. You become the consultant among your peers. Number two, you earn TIMFA credits. Look, let me tell you, you might say, what is it? What? I'll tell you without boasting or being cocky. TIMFA is an idea whose time has come. TIMFA is an idea whose time has come. We are meant for now. We are meant for now. Why is it? Because we've straddled the 21st century cutting edge industry. We are in the trenches in the US. We're both in the mental health and counseling industry. We also straddle Africa, the developing countries. We know what's going on in the trenches of Johannesburg. We know what's going on in the trenches of Lagos, because not just have we been there, we have affiliates who are there. So we're not giving you a round peg and asking you to put it in a square hole. We know what's going on. So our courses are designed to solve the problems that are local. Why? Because that's where we're coming from. When we got into counseling initially, the challenge we have was we couldn't find resources to minister to our people. We couldn't. All the materials were written by Europeans for the Europeans, according to their culture and the problems they face. They don't have mother-in-law problems, so there's nothing. They don't have extended family problem, so you have nothing. And that's the bulk of the intrusions that we have in marriage for developing countries, extended family and then internal. So our courses are good. When you take these essential skills courses, as we progress from the certification phase to the diploma phase, to the degree course phase, these courses are going to be recognized as courses that count towards your diploma, count towards your degree. So we're not going away, we're going somewhere. So you will become part of it. Number three, skills to serve the underserved. I've already talked about that. The single parents. This gives you skills to serve the underserved, the people that's, when we see them, we don't know what to say. Someone who has lost her husband, your counselor, you don't know where to start. We give you the skills on where to start. Oftentimes, we say what comes to mind. There was a reason that Job's friend went to see him, and they sat down with him for how many days? Silent. But a lot of us, it's difficult to be silent. Job needed to be silent. His friends understood that. They were quiet until he spoke. That silence requires skill. That silence requires understanding. And that's what we give to those who are grieving. What do they want? So to serve the underserved, those people who we can't serve. We give you skills on relapse prevention, workbooks for addiction and family. You're going to get a package of relapse prevention workbook for those who are ministering to addicts and family. Other than the manual you get, you're going to get this. So when I went to do my master's degree, I did spend 3 years there. Of all the years that I spent there, there were very few things they taught me that I couldn't read on my own. Very few things. So all the money, 60, 70,000 that I paid, I could have read those things on my own, probably at a shorter time, at a convenient time. What they did for me that I couldn't do for myself is tell me what to read. I had no idea what to read, to learn about counseling, what to read, to learn about mental health. They guided me through that. And it was that guide now that gave me confidence to say, I can take this because I know exactly where to get the material. So we're going to give you relapse prevention workbook so that when you have addiction case, you have the 21st century resources to address this problem. So number 5, workbooks for grief. I used to give mine. As I said, we're going to give you 2 today. In fact, the other one is richer than the ones that we've wrote. But we're going to have it if you sign up for this course. And if you've taken this course before, don't come to me and say, hey, can I get this? This is for those who are taking it now. You bundle and save. You bundle and save. I'm going to talk about the bundling and saving. You're taking 4 out of the 8 essential skills courses, and you're taking them in 30 days. You're going to save money just because you're taking all of them. Those who took it one after the other, one singularly, paid a lot more. So this is your opportunity to bundle and save. You discover and develop your niche. One of the most difficult things to do as a professional is to determine what you really want to focus on. What are your interests? Sometimes we are pulled all over the place. When I was practicing law, because I came from the real estate background, I had a lot of immigration people who needed immigration services. And then I had criminals. I have criminal cases because I was also a chaplain in the prison industry. So I had that passion to help those who were in prison, those who are struggling with those who had criminal issues. But my background, so there was that challenge. What do I do? Do I market myself as a real estate attorney? Do I market myself as an immigration attorney? What do I do? What's my passion? So this course will help you to at least sample all this and say, I think this is where my passion is. I think this is what I really want to focus my attention in. So you have 8 of them, 4 this time, 4 next time, and by the time you go through all of them, you will decide what you're really called to do. Free practice-ready material. I think I've talked about this. In all the courses, you're going to get a manual, and they are not manual just for you to read theories. They are manuals that we use. They talk about symptoms. They talk about how do you identify, know that this person is going through this problem. What are the signs? What are the symptoms? So it's not theory, it's simplified for you. You can just browse through it and then see your client. And then number 9, 4 essential skills in 21 days. If you start September 5th, by September 24th, you're done with these courses. You have 24 essential skills certifications in your kitty or in your package, in your portfolio, or in whatever. But 24 essential skills certifications in 21 days. And then we are pacing it. It's paced out so you understand. And then number 10, you bundle your certification. I think we talked about this. Number 11 now, cutting edge knowledge plus skills equals confidence. You see, above the number one thing I said is respect. But respect is not confidence. Respect is what comes from people to you. Confidence is what goes from you to people. How you carry yourself, whether you're shaken because somebody who is a mental health, who is having psychosis is coming because you don't know what he's going to do and you don't know what to do if he does what he's going to do. He doesn't know what he's going to do because he's going through stuff. So you're shaking. You're not confident. So this is going to give you confidence. This is going to give you confidence. Someone asked me last time and said, what do you do if you know that this person can go off and become violent? Well, the skills we learn, the way you position yourself, the way he sits, where he sits, where you sit, how you identify, knowing what the problems are. They don't just get up and explode. They give you signs, but you have to know the sign and see the sign to know what to do. So as I said earlier on, join the TIMFA train. The Spanish or French scholar said there is nothing as powerful as an idea whose time has come. The idea of these essential courses came in 2018. We didn't know that this was going to happen, that violence and depression and anxiety was going to explode. We had no idea that COVID was coming. So this idea, that idea in 2018, the time has come. It's now. The need is here. There are people who need your services. Join the train. Let me just go through them again. It's essential skills, certifications, and counting, managing couples and family crisis, premarital and first 5 years of marriage, counseling single parents and step families, managing depression and anxiety, grief and loss counseling, addiction and family counseling. Two are missing from there. Those two that are missing are helping suicide prevention and care, and then the other one that is missing is helping domestic violence victims in families. So those bundle that we have, I'm encouraging you to join. So how do you enroll? How do you enroll? You can go to our website. Some of these courses are on websites. If you don't have time to attend, you can actually purchase the one that is on demand from our website and then take the courses. All of them, except for a few, are there. So you can do it online. You can send us an email, info@timfa.org, and then we'll take it from there. You can call us internationally at 1+1 832 279 9154. You can reach us through there. If you are in South Africa, our South African coordinator's number is 2781 824 4642. If you are in South Africa, Botswana, Zimbabwe, the whole of Southern Africa, that's who to call. That's who will process you and help you. If you're in West Africa, we have 234-913-348-6664. Or I think the phone numbers are also posted in our chat. So you can reach us through all that. Now I'm done. I will take your questions if you have any. But as I said, registration is now. Classes is starting Saturday. That's the first course. And that's the Baba of them all. That's grief and loss. So join us. There's something that my tribe, the Igbos, say. They say there's a saying that when you separate short people, they separate themselves. Kind of not a good thing to say, but it drives home the point. Among the skills courses, grief and loss is one that you're going to need, because it's not just when people die, it's when people are grieving from something. So you're going to need that. So is numero uno. And then the next one, you're going to need depression, and anxiety. All of us need that, because by the time they come to you, they're already going through stuff. They're already worried, bound. So they are likely to be suffering. I'm not saying they are. They are likely to be dealing with also that. And thirdly, these things are marriage stoppers. We can't do marriage counseling until we address these things. If somebody's husband is a drunk and alcoholic, can't do nothing with that person. We gotta address the alcoholism first before they're in the right mind to apply whatever you're gonna teach them. If somebody's suffering from mental illness, we ain't going anywhere with marriage and family counseling. We're gonna treat the depression first, and then we come to do marriage, and on and on and on. So these are essential, not by name, they're essential because they are essential. If you're a practitioner, that is worth your salt. These are skills that you need for yourself to develop confidence. Okay, someone says, what is the difference between essential skills courses? Let me take them. So question, you can unmute yourself. I think we're on with it. What is the difference between the essential skills courses and marriage and family course? Okay, that's a very good question. If you're gonna do diploma courses, ultimately, these essential courses will be part of it. But if you're doing the marriage and family certification course that is coming up from Monday, the essential skills courses, some of it are part of it, but it's just intro. You see the 8 there? It takes at least 2 hours for each of them. If you times 8 times 2, that's 16 hours. It's not part of the marriage and family courses. We're going to mention them because we have a session that says special population. But the idea of that session is to introduce you to this. It's really to bring you awareness to the skills and the challenges. What we do in this special population in the marriage and family is to identify the symptoms and the issues that they go through, but not all. Remember, probably we'll be teaching special population. We will teach special population for maybe an hour or 2, but it does take, from what we see here, it takes about 16 hours to do that. So that's the answer. Any other question? Somebody asked, are we talking 8 courses? Are we taking 8 courses? Hold on, let me see the question. Somebody says, are we taking the 8 courses as a bundle? How much would that be? That's a very good question, something that I probably missed. Because there are 8 courses, they are bundled into 2. We offer a bundle in spring, which is January, February, March. And then we offer another bundle in summer or autumn, which is September, October, November. But here's the kicker. For each of the bundles that we are offering, grief and loss is there. So we offer grief and loss and depression and anxiety twice a year, because again, that's essential, essentially essential. So we offer it twice. And then we add 2 more courses. So whatever 2 courses that we offered at the beginning of the year, which was, I think we offered first 5 years of marriage and premarital. So it's not coming up this time. And then we offered 1 more. But then we rotate 2 of the other 8 into it. So there are 2 bundles to answer your question. 2 bundles, one in general, earlier part of the year, and then another bundle later part of the year. The classes are starting, yes. Thank you for answering that. This Saturday, the classes are starting. Okay. How much is the course? Please, Cleopatra, if you can type in the amount. Is the certificate written in USA? Because our school is in US, our home office is the US, even though we also incorporated in other countries that we offer these courses, but our certificates are from here. It will say whatever, TIMFA USA. That will be the title that will be in it. So we do have TIMFA Nigeria. We have TIMFA South Africa. So, but the main office is from Texas, and that's where we're operating from. Any other question? Yeah, 3rd of September, that's when we are starting. I think we provided okay. I apologize. I didn't even know they were showing some stupid stuff. We apologize for that. How much is it? Cleo, are you here? I really don't want to give wrong information. If you can type in how much it is. Okay. How much is it? It depends on where you are dialing from or where your residence. If you're paying in dollar, it's $1.99. If you pay before Saturday, if you go beyond Saturday, you're going to be paying $250. If you're paying from Nigeria, it's $85,000. If you're paying in South Africa, it's $2,999. So depending on where you are, okay. Yeah, but I see you. Any other question that we haven't answered? Any other question? Okay. Once more, kindly contact. Okay. They are showing us how to contact us. All the numbers are there. Any of them that you contact will be able to help. Once again, I'm going to share the information. You log in www.timfa.org, TIMFA.org. If you go there, you can connect our Facebook, connect all our connections that you can connect us from the website. If you can't do that, just send us an email, info@timfa.org. That's probably the easiest thing to do. And we'll respond and take it from there. But because you so short a time, you have 4 days to register to start. You might want to call. If you are international, call +1 832 279 9154. If you're in South Africa or Southern Africa, the number is there, 2781-824-4642. If you're in West Africa, 234-913-348-6664. So these are all the information that we need. Let me see. I'm hanging around to answer more questions. 85,000. See there for Nigeria. How much is it from Nigeria? It is 85,000 from Nigeria. If you need an account number, if you've taken any of the TIMFA courses, the account details is the same. TIMFA has one account. If you're confused, reach out to us. We will reconfirm the account that we have in your country. If we don't have an account in your country, we do Stripe. We collect our fees through Stripe. Some of us do Western Union, but just know that Western Union is expensive. It's going to the additional 120. Yes, so if you don't pay before class starts, it kind of goes up. Chloe is saying, is it going to be additional 120 or? Not sure what that question is referring to. Any more questions before we round up?
Okay, the question can I just speak? Is it
Sure,
possible?
Mhm.
Okay. My question is, just getting to used to what it is all about. You know, we paid 120 for a course. So to have the full package, are we saying we are paying additional 85,000 naira?
What is full package? Full package of what?
I don't really know.
You paid for marriage and family certification test.
Yes, yes.
Okay, that's what you're getting. These are essential skills courses.
Okay.
These are bundled separately. Now,
All right.
what you were saying is where we are going from January is we are offering a diploma course. For those
Okay.
who want to do the diploma, the essential skills courses will be prerequisite to the diploma or optional courses. So they will count for the diploma. But
Okay.
what you paid for the 120 in the marriage and family counseling course, you have that. It covers, the 120 covers that. Now, in the marriage and family course, there's one session that introduces you to the essential skills. It's called Special Population and Special Cases. We also talk about all this population, but obviously, because we are talking about it in 1 hour, it's just intro that we're going to introduce it to. Does that make sense?
Okay, yes.
Okay. Does that answer
So
your
that
question?
means, yeah, that means it's not detailed enough.
Yes, no, it's not. You're getting a certificate in marriage and family counseling. You're not getting a certificate in grief and loss counseling.
Okay, okay.
That particular course is 2 to 3 hours to take it, just that alone.
Okay. So to get the certificate, you have to have the complete combo with the 85,000 naira.
What certificate? You're going to get a certificate for what you paid for the marriage and family course. You will get that.
I think she's mixing things up. Okay, Miss Clara, we have
Yes,
different
ma'am.
courses in TIMFA. You've registered for one. We have
Yes.
2 other courses you have not registered for.
Okay.
One of them is what we're talking about. They're totally different courses.
All right.
So you don't get it confused, because I think you're modeling it up. There were
Yes,
3
yes.
major courses: the mental health courses, the essential skills courses, and the marriage and family counseling course. All you've registered for one only. You have not registered for the 2. And out of the 2, we're talking about 1 now.
Okay. Okay.
Totally different courses.
Yeah, and let me also say for some of us might say, what about the addiction and family? The addiction and family, addiction and mental health counseling certification is a 14-week course. It takes that long. People, those who started in June are going to be ending in November. So the one we're doing here is a portion, just a section. It's not even up to a section. It's a 1 day, 1 hour, 2 hours course of that bigger course. But it gives you the ability to identify the signs and symptoms and know the dynamics between how addiction and mental health affects the family. Not necessarily how to treat addiction and addiction, or not necessarily how to treat addicts. Okay, I was muddling that up. I hope I'm clear on it. Okay, if we are done, if we don't have any more questions, I want to really appreciate you all for coming. Let's roll. Let's go do this. Look, we got into this because of the need. That's how we got into counseling. That's how we got into all these courses. And the more we encounter needs from our clients, the more we look for resources. And when we see resources, because we happen to be in a position where we have access to resources, when we see resources, we develop courses that would help our clients, our population, to deal with whatever they are dealing with. When we started this, we did not have addiction course, but because addiction and mental health is part of family, We have to go get skills on it and develop a course on it. And it's helping a lot of people. Okay. Thank you all staffs. I don't know who is here. Thank you, Chris. I think
Daddy, I have a question.
okay, go ahead.
Good evening, Daddy. Thank you for the explanation. When is the degree starting? Since we are starting diploma in January, when are we starting the degree?
We want to proceed very carefully, probably in June. We want to at least kick off with one class for the diploma. And then once we are settled with that, then we're ready to roll. We're ready to roll. But we have we do have the permission to offer it in some places that we are. We have permission in Nigeria. We're pursuing permissions from the regulating bodies in other places. So we have some, we don't have all of it. We're trying to get all of it, and then we kick off. Okay. Any other person? Any other question? Okay, thank you all. I think we'll end it here. Thank you all for coming. Let's go. Come, let's do grief and loss counseling on Saturday. It will blow your mind how much we miss it, how much we miss the way we approach those who are dealing with grief and loss. Some of it is out of confusion. Some of it is because of tradition and the way we've done it. What we do now does not help. What we do now is somebody dies, we act panicky, we rush, we cry, we roll on the ground. We do that until that person is buried. Once the person is buried, everybody's tired. We all go home. We leave the mourners to themselves. That's really when they need us. When they need us is after the burial. Anybody that has lost someone knows that the initial shock is the hardest time. The other hard time is after the burial. Because before the burial, all your attention is focused on that. And then reality sets in when the person has been buried and we're alone. And we have to adjust to life. That's when the victims, that's when those who are dealing with grief, they need our help. So if you haven't registered for that course, come join us. Let's do it. It will blow your mind. And we have the right resources for it. God bless you all. Bye-bye. Bye-bye, as I said. Thank you. Our contact is there. I'm just hanging in.
Bye. Thank you, Daddy.
Bye-bye.
Good night.
Thank you.
God bless you.
God bless you too.
Bye, Mommy.
Not sure she's here. Okay. Thank you. Thank you, Bala.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you. Thank you, Cleo. Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Thank you. Okay. Bye.